the $1,000,000 silk square secret. Hello, and welcome to another episode where we uncover the secrets behind billion-dollar industries hiding in plain sight. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a story that will completely change how you think about business, luxury, and what people actually want to buy. Picture this. It's 1837. A small harness maker in Paris decides to print some patterns on silk squares. Fast forward to today. Those same silk squares sell for $800 each. The company, Hermès, the product, a simple scarf. But here's the kicker. They're not alone. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, tourists are lining up at the Louvre, not just to see the Mona Lisa, but to buy silk scarves printed with her image. 40% of the Louvre's gift shop revenue comes from these fabric squares. 40%. The Metropolitan Museum in New York, same story. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Cartier, they've all cracked the same code. So what's the secret? What makes a piece of fabric worth more than most people's monthly rent? Let me tell you a story that happened to me just last month. I was consulting for a luxury cruise line. They were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on what they called innovative merchandise. Bluetooth speakers with their logo, high-tech phone accessories, eco-friendly gadgets made from recycled ocean plastic. Sounds impressive, right? Wrong. Their gift shops were ghost towns. Passengers walked by without even looking. The few items that sold were immediately forgotten, thrown into the back of closets, or given away at garage sales. Then I showed them something different. We replaced half their inventory with two simple items: silk scarves featuring artwork inspired by their cruise destinations, and fine porcelain mugs with elegant designs. The result? Sales tripled in 6 weeks. Tripled. But here's what really blew my mind. Passengers started posting photos of themselves wearing the scarves on Instagram. They were tagging the cruise line, showing off their treasures to friends. The mugs became conversation starters in offices around the world. You see, we had stumbled onto something that luxury brands have known for centuries, but somehow the rest of the business world forgot. People don't buy products, they buy stories, they buy status, they buy the feeling of being part of something special. Think about it. When Grace Kelly wore that Hermès scarf in the 1950s, she wasn't just protecting her hair from the wind. She was making a statement. She was saying, I have taste, I understand quality, I belong to an exclusive club. That scarf became iconic. Women around the world wanted to feel like Grace Kelly, and they still do. But here's where it gets really interesting. Last year, I visited the Hermès flagship store in Paris. I watched a woman spend 20 minutes deciding between two scarves. 20 minutes for a piece of fabric. She was examining every detail, asking about the artist who designed the pattern, learning the story behind each motif. Finally, she bought both scarves for 600 euros each. As she left, I heard her tell her friend, these aren't just scarves, they're wearable art. I'll have them forever. So, forever. That's the key word here. While the tech world obsesses over the latest gadget that will be obsolete in 2 years, while fast fashion churns out clothes that fall apart after a few washes, silk scarves are being passed down from mothers to daughters like family heirlooms. And I know what you're thinking. But silk scarves are expensive to make, right? Wrong again. Here's the beautiful economics of it all. A high-quality silk scarf costs between $8 and $12 to produce in China. The same factories that make scarves for Hermès can make them for your brand. But here's the magic. The $12 scarf sells for $60 to $80 in a gift shop. And customers don't just buy one, they collect them. The math is stunning. We're talking about margins of 300 to 500%. In an industry where most merchandise barely breaks even, scarves are printing money. But wait, There's more to this story. Remember those porcelain mugs I mentioned? They're the perfect companion to scarves. While scarves make people feel special, mugs keep your brand in their daily routine. Every morning, as they drink their coffee, they see your logo. Your brand becomes part of their ritual. It's marketing that works 365 days a year. You know what's fascinating? The most successful merchandise isn't revolutionary. It's evolutionary. Hermès didn't invent scarves, they just made them better. The Louvre didn't invent souvenirs, they just made them more meaningful. Starbucks didn't invent coffee mugs, they just made them part of a lifestyle. Why are scarves pure magic? First, universal appeal. Scarves sell to everyone. Elegant ladies, men seeking gifts, youth for style. Tourists for memories, a product without boundaries or prejudices. Second, psychology of luxury. Silk equals instant luxury association in any culture. With modest production costs, buyers are willing to pay premium prices. Third, emotional magic. A scarf isn't just an accessory, it's a story, a mood, a way of self-expression. Women collect them like works of art. Fourth, traveler-friendly, compact, lightweight, wrinkle-free, the perfect travel companion. Let's look at the anatomy of a successful scarf. Hermès turns patterns into cult symbols. The Louvre makes art masterpieces wearable. Gucci mixes history with trends. The winning formula includes unique design connected to brand DNA, flawless digital printing with rich colors, classic 90 by 90 centimeter size, and premium packaging with creation story. Here's what blows my mind about this entire industry. While companies spend millions trying to create the next big thing, the real money is in perfecting the classics. Wise ones are zagging. I recently met with a museum director who took here to see art, but they buy scarves to take the art home with them. Think about that. A silk scarf isn't just merchandise. It's a way to own a piece of beauty, to carry culture with you, to feel connected to something larger than yourself. Anatomy of a successful scarf. Hermès turns patterns into cult symbols. The Louvre makes art, masterpieces wearable. Gucci mixes history with trends, the winning formula, unique design connected to brand DNA, flawless digital printing with rich colors, classic 90 to 90 centimeter size, premium packaging with creation story. Porcelain mugs, the perfect partner to scarves. The second pillar of success, porcelain mugs, a daily ritual that keeps your brand in focus every morning, provides practical value, works everywhere, home, office, vacation house, opens possibilities for collections. So, the economics of beauty, cost versus selling price. Silk scarf, production versus sales equals impressive margins. Porcelain mug, modest cost versus premium price. ROI reaches the sky and one of the best indicators in retail. The majority's mistake, chasing innovation. Many start with revolutionary ideas, futuristic gadgets, exotic materials, never before seen formats, but they miss the fundamental truth. People buy what they're already used to buying. So, scarves and mugs, a formula tested by centuries. Hermès hasn't been building an empire on scarves for 180 years by accident. So, your path to success. Forget about reinventing wheels. Start with what's proven. Create 3 scarf designs. Reflection of your brand soul. Develop 2 mug variants with sophisticated branding. Invest in packaging. It sells as well as the product itself. Launch a pilot and watch the sales magic happen. So, the ultimate truth. In premium souvenirs, victory goes not to those who invent something new, but to those who perfect the classics. Silk scarves and porcelain mugs aren't just products. They're your ticket to the elite club of Hermès, Gucci, and the world's greatest museums. Ready to take the step? Your future collectors are already dreaming of a scarf with your unique design. So here's my challenge to you. Stop chasing the shiny new object. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Look around your business, your brand, your industry. What are the classics that everyone takes for granted? Maybe it's time to take something ordinary and make it extraordinary. Maybe it's time to stop innovating and start perfecting. Because somewhere out there, someone is making a fortune selling silk scarves. Someone is building an empire with porcelain mugs. Someone understands that the most powerful business strategy isn't to create something new. It's to make something timeless, irresistible. The question is, will that someone be you? That's all for today's episode. If this story changed how you think about business, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, sometimes the biggest opportunities are hiding in the smallest details. Until next time, keep looking for the silk scarves in your world.